Hello, welcome. Today I'm introducing a new person with me, and it's Savina Ritter. She is the author of a best-selling book in Slovenia, and it's called um, yeah, will you swap enlightenment for a good vibrator? It's radical, it's intriguing, and believe me, it's a good book. So today we were having a session. It's on empowerment. Savina has come all the way from Slovenia in order to deepen her knowing of herself. And so she had an experience which she would like to share with you.
Oh, just like that? Yeah. I had one of those experiences which are really hard to describe, but it was all about, going deeper and all about realizing how much power do we give away. And yet we blame others for this, but the reason is in ourselves. So it's a little bit about that.
Yeah. I'd like to know also about that when we talk about giving our power away, we're really talking about a gigantic step into the realization of who we are. And this is, I think, what you deepened today. For example, how do we give our power away? Well, there is a word that we often do not pay attention to, and that word is called judgment. And every time we make a judgment, we actually give our power away. I'll give you an example. Suppose one day you get very excited about something, excited about writing a book, excited about talking to someone you love, whatever. Okay? Now, excitement is an energy.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about another type of energy called anxiety. Now, would you know that excitement, which is so wonderful at times because you feel that energy, and anxiety, which is very debilitating, yet they're both the same energy? They're both the same. What is the difference between them? It's called judgment. The moment you judge your excitement, the moment you make it wrong, the moment you put a label on it, which is derogatory, which is negative, in other words, it becomes an anxiety.
So the moment you notice it?
Yeah, you don't really notice it because the energy is the same. So we equate excitement as something wonderful, which it is. And because it is positive, it is something that we want to do, we're looking forward to. Anxiety is something we're not looking forward to. But what makes the difference between two energies, which is one energy, the same energy, is our judgment in making that particular energy. Like, for example, you're excited about giving a talk to a lot of people about your book. But let's assume you become very self-conscious. Then you have anxiety about it. So the excitement has turned into anxiety, but the energy is the same. So it is the judgment that made the difference. See, the best way to understand this dynamic would be to say, it's a realization that I've had that you're a human being. The human is always feels that something is lacking. I'm not good enough. There's something wrong, and etc., etc. But what it is because he or she is not making use of their being, human being. The being is love. It is the power itself, because there is no difference between love and power. Yeah. Love is the greatest power that there is. Yeah. You see, so,
and the most humble power, right?
Very, very, yes. Because, you see, if you judge yourself as better, then you suffer. If you judge yourself as less, then you give your power away. So in both cases, you give your power away, you see? But when you just melt into the experience, when you become one with the experience, you see, all of a sudden you forget yourself. Here we are.
But I think the most important thing for me to realize today was, like you said, when you think you need something, you give your power away. You know, so
when you need something,
yeah.
yes.
So
Yeah.
when you feel you need love, you need like other person.
Yeah, because you made a judgment. See, the
Okay.
judgment was, I don't have love. I want love. I want somebody to love me, because if they love me, I'm going to feel better. If people approve of me, if they think highly of me, I'm going to feel better.
Oh, so these are the judgments.
These are judgments that we make all the time. Yeah. See, you don't make a judgment when you are so totally in the moment that you become one with whatever is. See, then there is no judgment. But the moment you make it, good or bad, right or wrong, should, shouldn't, whatever condition you put into it, that's a judgment. It's an interpretation. And that takes the power away. You see, when you lose the power, you can feel it.
Yeah.
You just don't feel as confident. You become self-conscious. Am I doing the right thing? Am I saying the right thing? Am I looking okay? You see? All that. But today, what I loved about our session is that you carried this incredible aura around you, you know, of this realization that you've had, right? Do you want to say something about that?
Yes, it's really hard to talk about these things, but I think it's really also when you see that you're losing power, it's really good that you don't make a judgment about it. So
that's right. Yeah.
This is like the key point, because either we notice that we are losing it, either we don't. But when we see, then we make a judgment, and then we start to blame ourselves.
That's right, and it escalates.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really about this love. It's not judgmental, like you said, and this is how you regain your power, which you already have all the time.
Yes.
So.
The power which you already have. Right? And today you realize that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's such a wonderful thing, because you just have to be yourself. You are that. You are the being. You see, the being is that love, is that power. You see, the power is so great that everything functions through that power. It's a connecting force. It's a, you know, you talk to somebody on the phone, they're calling you from Slovenia or whatever, and you talk to them as if they're here. There's no time and space in this power. It reaches. Everything is there, is a connection.
But I think it's really also important what you said, when you see that some people are actually like using you to get your power. I think one of the key things that I learned today was like not to judge them because of this, but just see them, love them, yet, remain in your center. So
that's right. And you remain your center, because your awareness of what is taking place is enough to keep you in your center.
Yeah, so you don't need to like judge anyone for it. You just say, I love you, but I am. And
yeah, that's right. I am. I am. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was so funny, because I had this amazing experience today, and then after it, when I really got in touch with myself, you feel this little voice inside of yourself saying, what if I lose these things that I got? And then you say, it doesn't matter, I am. And then you stop being afraid of, losing yourself once again. So it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's that's a very good realization. You see, so many people says, oh, I had a wonderful realization, but what if I lose it?
It doesn't matter.
That's right, it doesn't matter, but they're judging themselves. You see, I'm going to lose it. See, they're putting a derogatory statement on their...
You know what it helped today when you said, once you wait for a thought, it disappears. We are afraid of getting thoughts, but it doesn't matter. If they come, you just face them, right? And you can say to the thought, because thoughts are taking our power away, right? So if you weigh them and meet them and say, I love you, you're a beautiful thought, but I am, then, they lose their power as well,
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's not just about other people taking away your power.
So it doesn't matter how you are, what you think. Nothing matters as long as you allow yourself to see that you are the very power you need.
Yeah.
You see? If you go to somebody